What was the first thing he did when he got in power? He went after Biden for being a Ukrainian-Russian plant. Unfortunately,
I was an addict for many years. From when I started doing cocaine at 12 and I stopped at 25. And I never ended up in the Ukraine, and I never took a photo of everything I did and put it on a laptop. But this was calling the president of the United States an asset of a foreign power.
Look at what happened with Trump, okay? You can write 3 books on how what happened to him with Russia Gate or whatever you want to call it was wrong. What was the first thing he did when he got in power? He went after Biden for being a Ukrainian-Russian plant. The first thing he did was go after Biden and his son, weaponizing a guy's addiction. I don't know how much you know about that world, but unfortunately,
I was an addict for many years. From when I started doing cocaine at 12 and I stopped at 25. And I never ended up in the Ukraine, and I never took a photo of everything I did and put it on a laptop.
But you know
and then
very
dropped
well,
it off at Circuit City.
But you know very well that Hunter Biden is a typical drug-addled person. Now, I'm not saying that he didn't do business
drug-addled
deals.
people. Very few of them ended up in the Ukraine, and I mean, their dads are the vice president.
It's not about why he wasn't in the Ukraine.
It's a unique life. Let's say that. It's a unique life.
You would have to look at
none of my drug addict friends ended up in Malibu selling art for $80,000.
You would have to find drug-addled people who also were wealthy with connections of people in power, right?
Okay, that's very true.
A lot of junkies don't wind up that way.
The Trump-Russiagate thing, to me, the amount of damage done to the country's psyche, and the fact that it's never grouped in with any conspiratorial thinking, and that it is never mentioned alongside other types of conspiracies. The fact that it was dropped by the media. They never bring it up anymore. They never even mention it.
But we do that with everything.
Well, for sure. But this was calling the president of the United States an asset of a foreign power, and that he had possibly been recruited in the 80s. Like, these articles were so salacious and conspiratorial. And then the publishing of this dossier, and then Jane Mayer, who I respect, and I think it is a good journalist at the New Yorker, writing these things about these fantasy tapes and the urine and all this stuff. And then late night hosts are doing jokes about it, and everybody, it's seeping into the culture, but it's never called a conspiracy. It's never been, I don't think there's a ton of reflection in the media on it. You know more than I do about that. But I feel like there's never been a mea culpa. There's never been an I'm sorry. There's never been a we got this wrong. There's only been, hey, we didn't have the goods on it, but we kind of somewhat still believe it.